Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to SnailMail. This is Friday's episode this week, where we get to listen to voicemails from you guys. You can call in to the SnailTrail4x4 Podcast, and from any topic you like, you can be talking about how to make spaghetti. You could talk about some chicken chimichurri that your camping neighbors gave you on your last camping trip.
Super good.
Lots of different things, any topic, and nothing is off the table. If you call back and kind of ramble on 3 times in a row for 3 minutes each, then we might screen you in the future. But I don't think we've gotten there yet. So the first one up, though,
Zach. No, it's somebody else, but we have 3 in a row.
We have 3 in a row.
Yeah. Who? Richard from Atlanta.
Nope. He's the next one.
Okay. I don't know.
It's our buddy from
Rovers.
No, SoCal.
Clint.
Johnson Valley. Yeah.
Mr. Clint. All right.
So he had a trip on the Rubicon here recently.
Yes.
And he was coming down, was it 80? It was I-80 as I was coming down to I-80. And I saw the Jeep on the trailer. I don't think I had my rig with me because I was driving past him and I was like speed matching him next to him in the lane next to him for a while before he finally looked up and to see what this person was doing. And so I waved all ecstatically and he just gave me this look like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
And then I kept on going down the hill and I immediately texted him. I was like, that was me. He goes, I was wondering if that was you. I was like, you have a good trip on the Rubicon? He goes, yes, always.
Awesome.
But apparently he had a run-in with somebody and was debating on calling in to talk about trail etiquette. And I was like, yes, that's what the voicemails are. One of the things voicemails are for.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if this is it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Here we go.
Hey boys, it's Clint. It was fun seeing Tyler on our way out of our annual pilgrimage to the Rubicon. And I have to do a couple rants. I think I'm going to do it in 2 parts.
Here we go.
And the first one is, I could not believe how much poop we saw on the trail this time. We camped at Loon, and I swear to you, we had to bury a couple different piles of other people's crap.
What?
Toilet paper all over the place. It was disgusting.
At Loon?
And then as we were getting ready to pack up camp and leave, somebody had taken their wag bags and just piled a bunch of them up by a tree. And literally there was a porta potty 100 yards away, not even 100 yards away. And I know that it's definitely not the people that listen to this podcast, but good God, people, you've got to be better than that. It was really gross.
Wow.
The bummer thing was where we camped on Loon, or where we camped on Loon this time. Not on Loon, I keep saying Loon. I meant Buck Island, sorry.
Gotcha.
At Buck Island.
That's
the
even
porta
worse.
potty that was there was completely full. Like it had not been on the pump truck route for a while. So that was a bummer. So I understand that, desperate times, but they weren't even digging a cat hole and putting anything away. And it was just really gross. So I certainly hope that we can be better than that moving forward. We've got to be better than that as an off-road community. Of course, I always had my trash grabbers and was picking up trash everywhere I could go. But the poop is just out of control, and it's something I haven't seen for a long time. Hope we never see it again, but just wanted to call everybody out on that. We had an amazing trip. Absolutely love this trip with one exception. And I'm going to make another call for my second rant. So this is Clint. We'll talk to you in a minute.
He realizes the 2-minute marker, huh?
He was at 1 minute, 56 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that sucks.
That's shitty.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I know.
Especially, so there's 3. So there's the 2 toilets as you're entering Buck. And then there's the one up on the hill.
Yeah.
Right. Before tree line.
Or there's 3
and
down
then there's
below.
the one down below by the water near Kaufman's Corner.
Yeah.
So there's 4 toilets around Buck Island.
Yes.
At least off the top of my head. That's too bad.
Yeah. Well, I know when I was out on Rubicon, they were all very full.
Really?
And I'm like, this, and we were there a few days before the event started,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty kind of one of the days that the event was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that was that Saturday that I drove out.
Okay.
Saturday that I drove out of the event, I think the poop truck was going through.
That's right. The poop truck was going through.
Yeah, past you guys.
Yeah, past us on Indian Trail.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Whatever day that was.
I think that was Thursday. Because I'm talking with Brian and Nick, the poop truck drivers. They said that they go out and try and get all the toilets once a week. Like Thursday is typically their day during summer to go out and get them. So if those are filling up in 1 week,
that's my question. That was going to be how fast are these things actually filling up?
Yeah.
And there's always a lot of people down there, but septic, porta potties are pretty big.
For the most 50, 55 gallon?
Yeah.
40 gallon? I don't know, somewhere in there.
I think people are, and not that, and it's something I enjoy doing, but
pooping?
Well, I meant more like the poop piles up, but nobody pushes it to the side.
Yeah.
Right? There's no...
So you reach down there and push it to
I'll grab a stick or something.
Okay. Yeah.
And push it away to a side or something. Also, it is somewhat beneficial to put water in the porta potty at some point. So sometimes I usually carry around a small 2 or 3 gallon bucket, and I'll just pour the water straight into the porta potties.
Yeah.
One, it helps push all that stack down, and 2, it helps things spread out more, and they can put more. You can put more poo in there.
It also helps it decompost if there's more liquid in it.
Got it. Yeah.
So, or a compost. That was always one of the biggest issues at Barrett Lake is that most everybody going out off-roading a lot of times ends up being male, and it's very easy for males to just go pee in a bush or a tree or something. And so really the only time the bathroom is really getting used is when you're pooping, right?
Yeah.
And all that solid waste in there just doesn't really break down. It doesn't really spread out and fill out the tank really well, and it fills up quicker.
Yeah.
So that was always one thing that I tried to do when leaving Barrett Lake was to throw 2 or 3 buckets of water into the toilet.
Yes.
But that also, so if you're out to see porta potties out on off-road trails, it's actually really good for them to go pee in the porta potties too. It's so much easier just to walk over to a bush.
Yes.
Or your friend's vehicle, like their radiator, and, relieve yourself there. But it actually is beneficial to use the porta potties, at least on the Rubicon, if you guys are in there, for peeing as well, because it helps to make more efficient use of those porta potties, I guess.
Yeah. We'll move on here, but if you aren't going to go into the porta potty, use a wag bag. And if you're going to use a wag bag, take it with you.
Take it off trail.
Yeah.
Take it back to a dumpster when you get back to civilization.
It really baffles me, the people that are scared of a bag that contains shit.
Yeah.
It's like you're touching a bag.
Yeah. It's all self-contained. They're usually really well-made bags. Yeah.
Usually multiple zips inside of each other, So it's it's not going to come undone.
No. But do not put your wag bags in a porta potty.
No.
So the plastic does not break down in the pump. It breaks down the pump of the pumper truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you do use a wag bag, just take it out with you. That's the whole point of wag bags, is that there's a material in there that makes your poop non-toxic anymore. And you can just throw it away in your regular garbage and goes to a dump. So
the Ironman 4x4 wag bags that I have for my toilet that I got from them, the plastic is even decomposable.
Oh, nice.
That you put it in.
Yeah.
So you're putting, and it doesn't decompose super fast, but it's not like it's going to decompose in a few days and get poo on you again.
Yeah.
But they have the enzymes in the bags that helps you break down the poo and helps it make it decomposable faster and breaks everything down cleanly. And then the plastic bag that you put it in is decomposable.
Yep.
So to me, that's the win-win right there.
Yeah, that's a good one. Shall we move off of this shitty topic and see what else Clint ran into?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Hey, it's Clint again. I did forget to mention we are literally driving home in my V10 tow pig down the 5, so hopefully the audio quality is not absolute garbage. But my second rant is, good God, what is up with the Auburn Jeep Club? I understand that they're one of the oldest clubs in the area. They made it very clear to us that they've been doing this since 1951. I think that they genuinely believe that they own the Rubicon Trail. I did not realize this was the second time we'd run into them doing their run, and I hadn't put two in the weekend between the two jamborees as the weekend that they do their run. But it's not that they're doing their run so much, it's just a complete lack of planning and courtesy on the trail. They're running 60-plus rigs from the Tahoe side up Big Sluice, and that's where we've run into them both times. Obviously, they go to their property that's near Ellis. Run for 1951, they would figure out that there are other users on the trail. They're generally going the opposite direction of traffic, and that they could just break up into small groups. If they had broke up into groups of 10 to 15 and paused to allow the traffic go in the other direction, it would have been fine. We would all had a great time, but they don't. They send 60-plus rigs up the trail at the exact same time. Half of their group doesn't know what the hell they're doing. The other half were somewhat courteous, but generally such an attitude and a sense of entitlement. And it just completely clogged up. Of course, it's in the worst chute going up Big Sluice where they always get just a complete shit show. We sat there for 2.5 hours.
Oh, man.
And we had to get through because one of the guys was with us. His son was having a minor medical. So he was on his way out the Tahoe side. And we were going to go down into the springs for the day, head back to our camp spot in Buck Island, and then back to the spillway the next day. But 2.5 hours of them just no breaks to allow any cross traffic, and generally just the attitude. I just so infuriating that they can't get their shit together and organize the run in a way that just done down and clog the trail. We had a couple people tell us, got this break coming up, got a break between this rig and this. There was no break. They had completely compressed together, and it was they got to be better. I don't know if any of them are your listeners, but I really want to send an email to the president. It's just some very basic procedures on how they could divide their run up into multiple. Could make all the difference. But I wasn't the only one. There were many people. How do you go?
Is that the limit?
That was the 3-minute limit.
All right, he's breaking up a bit.
Yeah.
But it sounds like there was 60 some odd rigs trying to go up Big Sluice, and there was no courtesy or anything for the big group. That they all wanted to stay together, and they weren't divided or anything. Yeah, that's not right. I mean, I don't know of any event that is on the Rubicon, maybe except for Jeep Jamboree or Jeepers Jamboree, which then they get parade permits for, that has a group that large that's all at once, all going through the Rubicon.
Yeah. The Highlanders poker run ends up getting about that many people, but they also break it up.
Okay.
They break it up into groups of, I think that's like 20 or 25.
Well, and they only go in Wentworth to Gatekeeper.
Yeah.
So they're not doing the whole trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, let's continue to listen, see how he closes this out, and then I'll make comment.
All right, here we go.
Okay, that's embarrassing. It's Clint. I really had planned on just doing it in two. As you could tell, I was a little fired up about the Auburn Jeep Club. We still love the trip. That is an absolute sacred place to me. And everybody take care of the Rubicon, be courteous on the trail, and Clint out. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Clint.
Thanks for calling in,
Good
bud.
to hear from you. But yeah, no, that's not a courteous thing to do. I mean, you can't block a trail for somebody for 2 hours.
No,
that's not the way that you should be running an event or a group run.
Yeah.
That's not it. And I have no skin in the game for anything that has to do with the Auburn Jeep Club. I don't even think I know a member up there. But I've never heard anything good about them.
Yeah.
I've only I don't even know if I'm not going to say that. I've heard some rumors and some other stupid stuff, but, and that might all be rumors. It might all be true. I really have no idea. I think that, some common courtesy on the trail is needed. They don't own the trail. You don't own the trail. You owe property off of the trail, and on your own trail, on your own property, you can do what you want, but you don't own the Rubicon is not your driveway. So you can't, clog it up for everybody.
Yeah. The part that I find annoying is exactly what Clint was saying is it seems like every year when AJC has their weekend, right? There's massive complaints that come out about them. And it all stems from the concept of just being courteous to other people on the trail and trail etiquette.
Yeah.
Right. It's this sense of entitlement that on this weekend and because it happens year after year, they have to be coordinating it. I mean, like they have to be coordinating the entitlement. Like, cause it happens over and over and over again. And it only really happens on this weekend. Like I'm sure the members of AJC are out on the trail other weekends of the year. And we never hear complaints about them from them.
Right.
So it seems like during this event, it's almost like they're intentionally coordinating and telling everybody we have to stay in a group, fuck everybody else on the trail.
Right.
I don't know. It just, I've had run-ins with them on this weekend. I had run-ins this year with them. Our group did, Clint did. I know of 2 other people that did this year that had some bad experiences running into AJC. And it seems, I don't know, it just seems like every other weekend, they're never a problem, but this one weekend every single year.
We should drive in and break down right at their property entrance.
So they can't get into the entrance, just hang out.
Sorry, I can't move the rig right now. It's dead in the water. We're waiting on parts. So it'll be here in a little bit. Yeah. Don't worry. No, I can't move it. Yeah. It's really broken. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. How was your time up Big Sluice? I heard you guys caused a huge traffic jam. Yeah.
How long did they wait over on Big? About 3 hours? Okay. Yeah. Well, I think parts will be here about 2.5 hours.
2.5 more hours is the price we'll get here. Oh, what do you know? It starts right up.
Somebody delivers a sandwich. Hey, there we go.
Yeah,
awesome.
Perfect. I need my breakfast burrito.
I don't know. If we do have any listeners from Auburn Jeep Club, just that people don't mind you guys having the property on the trail. They don't mind you going out and playing on the trail. They don't mind you going out and having this big event to get to your property to have a fun weekend. Just realize that you don't own the trail. That's our only request, is to just show common courtesy to everybody else on the trail that weekend.
Yeah.
That's all that's asking. And it's a very small, fair ask, I think.
Yeah.
So,
no. I mean, I can't imagine that you guys are all driving up to Tahoma, all of you guys in a row, running every stop sign, running every light.
Yeah, true.
Cutting everybody off.
Yeah.
And just no matter what the law of the road is, you're just breaking it because you're all one group.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that there's no stop signs on the Rubicon or no street lights, but you know what? Somebody else might want to be going through another section or need to turn on the trail or do something. And if you guys aren't doing common courtesy out there, that's not right.
Yeah. All right. Moving on.
Yes, please.
Richard from Atlanta.
Richard. Yep. All right.
He has a couple here. Looks like they're not maxed out on time though.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Richard from Atlanta again. I'm listening to episode 622. Would you rather listen to it on the 21st of July here? I love throwing those dates out there, so when y'all actually play this a month later, it's kind of antique-ish. Anyway, man, what have y'all just said about would you rather drive a Jeep on the street or a Land Rover on the wheel a Land Rover or whatever? And what sparked me to call was, I think Jimmy said that Jeeps are only driven on the street anyway, so I had to hit my quick dial and call in. That's totally false. Hey, so stock vehicles, not stock vehicles, but like street-based driver vehicles. Can y'all hit on the difference of, I mean, legit, like not hating one way or the other, but the difference of like a Land Rover versus, just like what are its capabilities? Like what does it come equipped with that's say better than a a Toyota, like a pickup, right? Or versus a Jeep, like just general characteristics. I mean, I know you got like the IFS junk, stuff, option right, and things like that. I don't know, better for longevity motors in the Toyota, but I mean, you all seem to be, Land Rovers or whatever, kind of a little doubt with those. And, if you can get it to the trail, you can wheel it, that kind of stuff. But like, what are the general differences and benefits of, because, I'm not really like a Toyota wheeling guy, so I don't really know. But, just want to leave y'all another voicemail, stack on the layer here. But, I thought that'd be a good discussion too, because y'all are more diverse than that other stuff other than the Supreme Jeeps, so y'all take care. Peace out. Keep wheeling. No, wait, not keep wheeling. Keep crawling.
There it is. Nice.
I don't know. I think that there's.
I almost feel like we should call Rover Don right now.
Have a three-way talk about this discussion.
You think he'd answer?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably depends if he's out in the marina or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We have 25 more voicemails to get through.
Okay.
In my opinion, the reason you go with Toyota stuff is for quote unquote cheaper reliability. I think
I don't know about compared to a Land Rover or Range Rover, cheaper, but
yeah, I mean,
I think the staple is reliability.
Toyota is just notorious for underrating their stuff. So they typically get it right for long-term durability and reliability better than most manufacturers do. So that's typically why you'll see people with Toyotas is that reliability, right?
Yep.
I think typically you see people with Jeeps because they just have the most aftermarket support.
Yeah. That's a good point.
There's a ton of options you can do. It's kind of like Ford 9-inch axles. You can do anything you want to a Jeep. Pretty much. You can put any kind of lift on it you want. I've even seen IFS kits for Wranglers.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird. Super weird, but they have them out there, right? So anything you want to do to a Jeep Wrangler, it's pretty much out there that you can do in aftermarket support. And then you go with a Land Rover, in my opinion, if you have more money than sense. So you
yeah.
No, it's a very unique vehicle. Not a whole lot of people build them. And so if you want a unique platform and you have the money to do it, more power to you. Go for it. They're not cheap by any means. There's an argument that could be made that they're not entirely reliable. There's way more reliable vehicles out there, but it's very unique. And I think it's that unique feature of having and building and wheeling a Land Rover.
Yeah. I know that when you were out for some reason and I had Rover Don on the podcast and we had a fun discussion.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things that we talked about was the Camel Trophy Truck event that when Camel Truck, I think it was, I want to say it was Trophy Truck event that used to run like, in the 80s when you were allowed, when cigarette companies were still allowed to do advertising.
Okay.
And the Land Rover everybody had a Land Rover in this event. It was like a stock thing. Like everybody had the Land Rover. It was like, who's a better sort of driver or what better at some certain techniques and challenges.
Okay.
And that's when Rover Don fell in love with that platform. And I think that platform really struck a nerve with a lot of people about how this is off-roading. Like this, look at these people in the Land Rover doing these crazy things in the jungle or in the desert or wherever they were. Like, that's what I like.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people really enjoyed the Land Rover, the off-roading Land Rovers from that Camel, I want to call it Trophy Truck. I don't remember what it was. Saga, an event that went through. And I think that's why people are drawn to that style. Now, maybe there's some weird people, like, I don't think Rover Don is British, but maybe there's some British people that want a Rover because they're British. Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not Japanese, but I like Toyota. Right. So I don't know how that is, but I think that what it all comes down to, I do believe, is that people choose Toyotas because they're reliable. and they're fairly basic, especially the older years are fairly basic. And I pretty much, you can say any of the older years vehicles are pretty basic. People went with Jeeps because I think the bolt-on accessories became super popular for that genre that people like really went to it. But you could also make the argument of later terms, like people came back from wars and had a relationship in a way with that type of vehicle.
True.
They had already experience in the vehicle. They already enjoyed the vehicle. The vehicle is proven, in war times, and they would bring it back. And then I think
there was a ton of military surplus of them left over.
Ton of military surplus after World War II of those things. And I think then that got brought down through people's generations. Like, oh, my great granddad or my father used to have this super old Jeep. It was a lot of fun. I remember riding in the back with no seatbelts. We bumped down all these roads and had a blast. And then those people are like, well, so I remember a Jeep and I remember it being fun. I want to get a Jeep today.
Yeah.
Now, like the mini assistant, she wants a Jeep. And I have no idea why she wants a Jeep. Like, I don't know if it's because Barbie drives a Jeep. So then she thought that was pretty cool. And now she wants a Jeep. Or if she just likes the look of them, or maybe she actually is clinically insane. I'm not sure what it is.
I think females get a lot more benefit from sun, in my opinion, than males do for whatever reason. I don't know why. Like, I hate the sun, but I know that a lot of females really enjoy sun exposure.
Yeah. They like the top off idea.
Yeah, and I think it's the top off idea and open doors of being able to drive around town with the sun on you, like you're laying out at a beach kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I think it is, because you ask a lot of women what a vehicle preference would be, and if a Jeep Wrangler is one of those, I bet you a lot of them, a super majority, would be like, hell yeah, I'd drive one of those.
Yeah, maybe.
Whereas like a lot of guys are like, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. How big are the axles? How big of tires you got on it?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully that answers your question a little bit there, Richard. Trying no hate anywhere, but I think that I really do think the Toyota side of things, a lot of people went that direction because they're reliable. Also which is true in Jeep case to some extent. Like the 22 RE or the mini truck axles or the Land Cruiser stuff, those platforms have been around for so long that a lot of those parts are interchangeable. And that goes with Jeep as well. So it was back when there was no kits for anything and you actually had to fab everything up. You could take a transmission from one vehicle and put it on another vehicle with a different engine, and they bolted right up. And there was a lot of hodgepodge mixing, matching things that a lot of people enjoyed. And then the fabrication on top of that.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Hope
that answers that.
Yeah. Hopefully that's a look into it. And then Chevy, of course, the LS is the Jeep Wrangler of engine world.
Yeah.
Right. It's the Ford 9-inch axle of engines. You can, any aftermarket accessory you want for an LS engine is completely available. Anything you want to do to an LS engine is completely available. So that's why Chevy is the engine company. And then Ford has just had an awesome, relationship with Dana Corporation for years and years and years and decades. And so a lot of times the Ford stuff you see is just axles, like for off-road stuff, at least.
Yeah.
So,
and I think a lot of people like somewhat smaller bodied vehicles. Yeah. Especially in off-roading things. I know there's the full
size crowd,
full size invasion stuff. But you don't, especially out here, like we don't see a lot of full size vehicles running up and down the Rubicon.
No.
Right. And so like the Toyota mini trucks were small. Jeep Wrangler is small.
Yep.
Right. The Land Rover is not big. It's not small, but it's not big. It's not a full size. It's up there with a Land Cruiser, like an FJ80. Yep. That's like the same thing. And you see those out on the Rubicon. So I think there's a size aspect to the vehicle that you're choosing as well. Yeah. Because you don't see a lot of full-size Fords, full-size Chevys, full-size Dodges. You don't see even some of their counterparts, which I don't quite understand. Like, I don't know why we don't see a lot of Rangers out there or a lot of Dakotas or I don't even know, Silverado. What's the small? Is there a small Chevy? Not really. I can only think of the
Chevy S10.
Chevy S10, or it's Chevy Love back in the day, right? Yeah. So I don't know why those didn't really,
I don't know,
go become super popular.
I don't know.
Especially the Dodge Dakota that had the removable sunroof, or not sunroof, but top. It had a convertible Dodge Dakota single cab convertible.
I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah. Those are pretty cool.
Okay. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully that helps, Richard.
Yeah.
He called back.
Okay. He called back twice or one more time?
Just this once.
Okay. Yeah. I think that we'll do this one and we'll end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hey guys, this is Richard from Atlanta again. This is not part 2 to my previous voicemail. I left y'all about 5 minutes ago. This is a separate subject. Wheeling in Arizona. You know, I know I can go to Google. I know I can go to YouTube. I've kind of done a little bit of that, but what all's out there? And the reason I'm bringing this up is last Thanksgiving, the wife and I went to Moab, and I actually ended up renting a Rubicon out there. From a company, but we were only allowed to go on certain trails. I mean, we did Hell's Revenge and, spins and things and stuff like that. Had a great time. I mean, I took every hard line I could. And I know there's plenty of other places that we're allowed to go. But this year she was thinking about going to Arizona, number one, because it's a state she hasn't been to. But then I looked on Onyx and there was a lot of wheeling out that way. So I didn't know if there were specific spots that you guys have had experiences with or know about, and if you could elaborate on those. Just kind of as we get out west on our vacations and stuff like that, or on these trips, I'm kind of wanting to, either look if there's a place I can rent a Jeep from to go to these areas, or, if it's ultimately going to be, hey, we're going to take our own Jeep and go to the Rubicon, that kind of stuff, at a later point. But, Arizona wheeling, what's up with it? What's the stuff to hit? I'm all down for good views and all that stuff, but, like climbing up on rocks and doing some ledges and stuff like that. So I wasn't sure the level of things out there. Appreciate y'all. Out.
Oh man.
The thing is, I don't think either of us have much experience in Arizona.
No.
But I do know that they have some extremely difficult trails.
Yep.
Some that are like a half mile, but take you 4 hours to do.
Yeah.
Just gnarly wheeling. And then they probably have some great fire roads as well. The Grand Canyon goes through Arizona, right? Yeah. So I bet you there's some fantastic overlooks that you can be able to wheel out to on the Grand Canyon. I don't know any of them, but I bet you you could do some research and find that out pretty easily. And there's got to be places to go. There's got to be a lot of fun things to do. Mm-hmm. Was that river waterfall place that you went with the Bronco and the trail? That was in Utah.
Yep.
Got it.
It's just outside of Hurricane.
Yeah. Okay. The only thing that when you were talking about all this, I'm like, I just don't have much experience there. So I would contact either Maximus or Mike, but I don't remember what his Instagram. It was, dang it, Mike.
Is he still putting out? Is he still wheeling?
Yeah. Really? I got a photo from Max the other day of Mike in his garage working on a rig.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So they're both still alive apparently.
Yep.
But
I still talk to Max fairly often.
Max is definitely, I know that Mike's getting out there again, but I would hit up Maximus on Instagram. And if you don't have Instagram, hit me up and then I'll ask Max if we can connect you guys. He lives in Arizona, much more familiar with what's going on down there. Depending on where you guys are going, he might know some stuff out there, or might know a lot of stuff. So yeah, I would say hit him up, but I do know that there's everything from mild to wild in Arizona, and it's kind of like, what do you want to get yourself into? Yep.
I would say Max, if you're looking to kind of see how extreme you want to be. Max knows, he's a very good wheeler, very good fabricator, and has built a really neat neat truck that does some really cool stuff out there on some pretty difficult trails. Adam Swords is another Instagram influencer that does a lot of high adrenaline stuff. But he's lives out near Lake Havasu.
Okay.
So if you're interested in kind of what goes on around Lake Havasu, you could probably reach out to Adam Swords on Instagram as well. He's got a pretty sizable Instagram account and loves chatting with people. So
perfect.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. And if you have any questions about those, Richard, you can hit us up and we'll connect you.
Sweet. Anything else? That it? Oh, we are pretty late into this episode.
Yeah, I think that's five
Yep.
voicemails, 2 people.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So that does it for today then.
Yeah.
We'll get to more voicemails next week. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the summer. If you guys are not, you definitely need to be going out and doing that. And we'll see you guys on Monday.
Bye-bye.
The number you have called has been disconnected.